Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. So, good morning, participants. Because we have the validity session also, so that's why we are not delaying much. We'll be starting off now. We have Dr. Madhusudan Mishra with us, who has handled one of the sessions on spreadsheets, if you remember. Uh, so this is the last session, and we are happy to have him here for the last session. So I would like to say for those who have been there in the previous session, I think I have introduced him. He is my dear friend and has done his BTech from NERIST under NEHU and MTech and PhD from IIT Guwahati and IIT Kharagpur respectively. He is having around 15 years of experience and he has been teaching electronics students for long, and with this amount of experience and as the present scenario is of online teaching learning, and we have been teachers have been using them, and some of you would be teachers in future. So for you also, it is very important to how to handle LMS. I think earlier Dr. Alok Roy also has taken up teaching learning, online teaching learning tools. Dr. Majumdar has taken up the Google Sheets and Google Forms, and many of the other speakers like Jayantapal sir, then Niladri sir, Dr. Datta. They have already given you a good idea on different things. So this last session is on learning management systems, and it will be taken up by Dr. Mishra. So he will say give you a glimpse of how to say use the learning management system in this age of online teaching learning. So I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Mishra now.
Uh, Thank you very much, sir. So, once again, a very good morning to you all. Respected Swanirbar sir, the coordinator of this program, and also the head of Department of IT, Tripura University. Dear other faculty colleagues like Jayanta sir, and my dear participants. So I would like to welcome you to this session. And at the outset, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to the organizer, especially Swanirbar sir, for giving this and giving me an opportunity to share few words on LMS. So without further delaying, now I am going to share my screen and let me give some introduction to the learning management systems. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I am Madhusudan Mishra, a faculty member in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, NERIST, Arunachal Pradesh, and I am going to give a talk on Introduction to Linear Management System. So I once again welcome you all to this 5 days online program for youth on basic digital literacy focusing on computer skills for the youth, organized by the Department of Information Technology, Tripura University. Well, this is the presentation outline, which begins with a brief history that was responsible or that has given the cause to launch this learning management system. And basically, the talk will be focused on linear management system, learning management system, and we will see what is the purpose of learning management system, what are the components and functionality, what are the different platforms available for LMS. We will see some of the examples of LMS. We will also discuss about merits and demerits, and then we will see the interesting facts on emerging trends in this learning management systems. And at the end, I will be demonstrating some of the LMS, mainly like Google Classroom, Canvas, and Microsoft Team. At the end, we will summarize the things followed by the references. So when we talk of learning management system, so learning management system, or LMS, as it is popularly known, is a term that is gaining more prominence with the rise of online courses. So there is a history behind this, which lead to launch of this learning management system. So it is the story story at around early 90s. So in some Luther seminary, there was a seminar. So mainly St. Paul and some faculty members were struggling to retain students who didn't have the funds, or because of family obligations, couldn't relocate to attend the university. They were unable to locate to attend the university physically because of some funds, or maybe because of some family obligations. Tom Walker, he knew there had to be some kind of tool that would enable people to communicate with each other without being in the same place at the same time. So this linear management system, also sometimes known as course management systems, have come a long way since those early days. And in fact, this learning management system, as the name implies, is basically software as a service, that is also known as SaaS, software as a service, that works like a online classroom. This type of system is designed to be a solution for distance learning, a place where teacher and student could interact without being at the same room. And actually, the distance learning tool, the main goal of learning management system is to make teaching and learning online possible. So when we say a learning management system, so basically it's a software application for administration, documentation, tracking, reporting, and delivery of electronic education technology, also called e-learning courses or training programs. And basically it acts in augmenting the lessons taught by a teacher, but not replacing the teachers. And the main thing is that, like when we say that that what is the purpose? So what is the purpose of this LMS? What exactly this LMS is, or what exactly it is for? So it should be kept in mind that it has been purposefully designed, it has been purposefully made so that the online teaching, online activities can be made possible. So the key to understanding the difference between learning management system and other computer education terms is to understand the systematic nature of LMS. LMS is the framework that handles all aspects of learning process. And when we say all aspects of learning process, it means that it's the whole management system, starting from course curriculum, assignments, feedback, and everything. So it's a framework that handles all aspects of a learning process, which we do in the conventional teaching. And most of the LMS are web-based to facilitate access to learning content and administration. They are also used by educational institutions to enhance and support classroom teaching and offering courses to a larger population of learners. So here in this figure, we can see that this linear management system has various purposes. Like it gives some courses. The courses as designed, then training is provided across the organization to the distance learner, and then it is monitored, it is administered, and then qualification is also checked. Then it has certain components, like there is a course management. So the list of courses, registration, credit information, syllabus, prerequisites. So these all are the components of a learning management system. It has certain components. So we are talking of components of a learning management system. Then there must be some teaching materials which is developed by some teacher. So teaching materials, that is called courseware. And then as a part of learning and teaching process, there will be some self-assessment quizzes. Then there will be some lesson tools which facilitates authoring for the contents structured in XML or HTML. And then there may be two kinds of communication: asynchronous communication between the teacher and students, like in the form of email. It's not live, it's a asynchronous communication. Whereas in the synchronous communication, which is a component of learning management system, includes chat, whiteboard, teleconferencing, video conferencing. That is synchronous, means it's like face to face, and it's a face to face online discussions. Okay, and then we have some student tools like homepage, self-studies, some bookmarks, and progress trackings. Other components of learning management system include student management tools, like a teacher can keep the track of the progress of his students. He can do assessment, online grading. He can get the feedback. Similarly, usually this learning management system are closed circuit platform, in sense that logins are restricted and it is access to only authorized classes. So the idea of sharing contents and reusing products generated during classes doesn't exist in the world of LMS. Now there are some functionality related to LMS, that is learning management system. So the function is to deliver the course content to the learner, who is the online or distant learner, with the help of web connections or internet connections. Then it has the facility to provide a student to register online, and administrator and teacher can do the administration for that. Then there will be training event management, like scheduling the event, or tracking that event, its progress. And then curriculum and certification management, like then it has also the options to check the skills and competencies of the whole management. It helps to do skill gap analysis, individual development plan. It helps to access and give the result, and at the end it generates the report in the statistics forms, like how many learners have learned this one at what speed, and every statistics will be provided. That functionality LMS has. So it's a performance management system which has lot of functionalities, starting from the course content delivery to the to the generating report, and it maintains the training record. It gives the whole resource management options. It's a virtual organization. So there are a lot of functionality associated with the associated with the learning management systems. And in fact, this learning management system allows the use of different media and resources to make classes more interesting and dynamic, such as videos, audios, presentation, and so on. So that this learning management systems are used worldwide by people seeking new knowledge, professional interested in having a new business or an extra source of income, and companies that want to empower their employees more economically and efficiently. And there are two types of user: students, all who seek online courses as a way to acquire new knowledge, continue or further their studies. In the corporate environment, employees in training, in need to update our company guidelines, or in learning phase for the new skill to work. And there are second type of user who are known as instructors, who creates the content, plans and develops teaching material on a particular subject. He teaches and monitors the progress of each student. And if we talk of corporate environment, then in the corporate environment, a manager may be in charge of the course content, for example. So next, moving to the platforms of this learning management system. So it works on both the platforms. Like we have open source platforms as well as we have commercial platform. So the learning management system, which works on open source platforms. So these are the open source platforms like a Tutor Bazaar or Boddington, Docebo LMS. So these all with OLED, MyTechSoft. So these all are the open sources platforms for learning management system, where we have the commercial, where we have to purchase the license. So in that case, we have like Angel Learning, Apex Learning, and we have list of the platforms which are commercially available to run learning management systems for the universities or for the corporate world. Now, in as like we have seen that this LMS, learning management system, it has got the popularity because of this online courses. As day by day this online courses is growing up, it is getting and it is attracting the importance, and we have now a number of examples of linear management systems. So we have lots of linear management systems nowadays. Like some of them are like Moodle. We can see here Moodle, then Edmodo, Blackboard, SumTotal System, Skillsoft. We have Google Classrooms. We have Canvas infrastructure. We have Brightspace, Sakai, Blackboard Learn. Then we have a Bridge. Then we have Drupal. Okay, so these all are basically these are the different learning management systems. These are basically these are the examples of learning management systems. So now, whatever these learning management systems may be, but the main objective is same. Though their features may vary, but mainly these different kinds of learning management systems are mainly they provide tools to develop, implement, and share effectively the available technology to improve intra and inter-organization learning process. So mainly they are focused in enhancing the learning process online. So with this centralized method of delivery and tracking of learning process, we can save a lot of administrative time and effort to manage our learning community. So here I have collected some of the examples of learning management system. So these are very famous and popularly used learning management system for online studies. For online studies. Okay, so like when we talk of Blackboard, then this Blackboard It's an example, or it's a learning management system, and it is very popular in learning software provider and ASP portal for education. Similarly, we have a Moodle. It's a free open source software package to help educators create effective online communities. So we have uh, Edmodo, we have Schoology, we have Google Classroom, Canvas by the Canvas is a software. It's a learning management system developed by a company called Infrastructure. That's why it is called Canvas by Infrastructure. Then we have a Learning Cube. So it says there is a smarter way in teaching and learning, and that is accompanied by Learning Cube software. That is again a learning management system, operates on web. Similarly, we have a Blue Vault. So we have a number of learning management system available these days, and the basic role of these all learning management systems are almost same, though may differ in some of the features. So mainly, so say for example, if some university or some corporate, if they purchase a learning management system, or they develop or they use the learning management system, so they have all the facilities of giving the option to their students for registering and charging. They can manage the whole process, they can test, and they can mentor, they can monitor, and it's a all administrative functions, from starting from delivery of the content to generating report and certificates. Everything is possible, can be made possible online with the help of learning management systems. Then when we talk of the advantages of this learning management systems, so there are lots of advantages, and mainly we have realized this during this pandemic, situations, and even now also we are in online program. Okay, so people from different places have joined, and we are getting the benefit of this learning management system, we can say. So there are numerous advantages to using a learning management system for both companies and professionals who are entering the online courses market. So even whether it's a academic institutions or whether it's a company, so there are, for both there are numerous advantages in using this learning management system. So some of them are like unlimited number of students, everyone can learn at the same time, no geographical barrier or displacement cost occurs when we adopt learning management system. It centralizes all the learning resources. It can monitor the performance of each student in an organized manner, easy to update teaching materials and content of the lesson, flexible working hour and pace of study, because it also follows asynchronous communication. So it provides the flexibility of hours and place of study, as well as the pace of study also. Zero classroom infrastructure cost incurred. So there is no need to build buildings and to give some infrastructure there. So that's why it's a zero classroom infrastructure cost when somebody is using a learning management system, say for example Google Classroom or Microsoft Team integrated with some applications, and ability to use various resources such as video, audio, live broadcast, chat, handouts, presentation, tutorial, among others, are incorporated in learning management systems. It allows the interaction between students and teacher online, allow everyone learn at their own pace. Many companies already use a learning management system to host courses and train their employees. And in fact, a survey conducted by Brandon Hall Group it shows that about 54% of organizations that have invested in an e-learning software saw improvements in productivity and engagement of their team. And in these pandemic days, really, like those academic institutions or companies which are adapting LMS, their performance and performance is increasing, as well as they are able to run their courses in spite of this COVID-19. And of these companies, 91% also reported that relation between the training and improved performance of employees. So it is easy to note that the benefits that e-learning can bring to companies, professionals seeking a new source of income, and people who want to expand their knowledge. So with a complete learning system, this whole process becomes a simple and enjoyable for both the students and instructors. But at the same time, like though we have lots of advantages, but definitely, like when somebody tries to develop a learning management system, say Google Classroom or any Microsoft Team or Canvas infrastructure. So it requires huge infrastructure to design that core, and it needs expertise to 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 design this LMS, which can handle all the learning processes. So that's why it's expensive to create it. It requires expertise, and time required to install necessary hardware, software, course, and database also takes considerable expertise and time. And it is not designed to be standalone, but it requires various parameters in order to provide all the facilities which we have discussed. And there is always a need of learning management system administrator who is an expert. And definitely implementing learning management system requires a well-built technology infrastructure. Though it requires zero classroom infrastructure, but it requires a well-built technology infrastructure. Teachers have to be willing to adapt their curriculum from face-to-face lectures to online. So like we teachers may have some inertia. It becomes very difficult for some of the teachers to directly follow the online lectures. So in this COVID situations, like as we say that that necessity is the mother of invention. So in the COVID situation, in the last almost more than 1 years, we saw that how people have shifted, though there were some inertia earlier, but now we have shifted to the online lectures, and we have shifted to follow learning management systems. So teachers have to be willingness to adopt their curricula from face-to-face lectures, which was our traditional way of lecturing, to now the present scenario, the online lectures. So this is one of the drawback associated with the LMS. Now the question is that you may have a question now that we have n number of learning management systems. So now how to choose that, how to select that, which one is best for our use. So for that we provide like generalized guidelines in selecting an LMS. So the first step is to conduct a needs assessment, like teachers, students, parent, and the entire academy. Then come up with your learning objectives and learning delivery, that what is the learning objective and how to deliver, to whom to deliver. And then consult and collaborate with the technology experts and subject matter experts. Then have a short list of preferred learning management systems. Say we have 10 number of, or say we have 15 number of learning management systems. So based on our need, our learning objective, And based on the expertise and subject matter expert suggestion, we try to shortlist in a preferred way. We put some numbering. The one which is most suitable, we will put it in the top, and access the LMS features and focus on the highest priority features. Evaluate the merits and demerits with the team, and then take the decision to pick an learning management system among various learning management systems. And then in these days, we have lots of emerging trends has been observed, because as I told earlier that because of this online classes, as the online classes has grew, e-learning has been much more prominent these days. So these growing of e-resources, e-based learning and teaching, this has also pushed and pushed in the sharp rise in the use and in the trends of learning management system. Now, earlier when we talk of late 90s and when we talk of this 21st century, so here we find that there is a lot of changes have been occurred in LMS, and it has incorporated and it has increased its features in order to follow all the complete process of learning process, teaching and learning process. So here collaborative learning. So like people can share their ideas, they can discuss. There can be a brainstorm sessions, there can be interaction between the users. There is a different blogs to write. Their live streaming can also be possible. Asynchronous and synchronous communication can also be done. So we say that this linear management it's a learning management system. So learning management system supports informal collaborative learning. Similarly, to make the things much interesting to the students, to the learner or to the users, it supports immersive technologies, means 3D technologies. Here this picture says that for the solar system, they are saying the learner can visualize the 3D structures and pattern. Similarly, this LMS, it supports massive open line courses, MOOC, which is a very popular online tool for learning and teaching process. Similarly, this LMS, it supports aiding authoring capabilities, like we can write books, documents, like Microsoft in PDF. One can write and then can convert in PDF. So these are the top authoring tool in e-learning, and these all are supported in these learning management systems. Then this LMS also provides multimedia content to the students. When I say multimedia means it comprises of text, video, audio, animations, and all those things which can make the learning process easier and interesting. Then we can have the facility of video conferencing integration using LMS. Then nowadays, we have games based learning, which is very interesting to the kids and students. For school boys also, for school kids, this learning management also supports search-based learning system using like Google, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. So all are integrated. This LMS, learning management system, supports all these search-based tools. Similarly, we have mobile learning also, this LMS can be very easily used using mobile. So kids or people can learn using their mobile as a tool. So integration with digital libraries and resources like Discovery Education, Pearson Publisher, or McGraw-Hill Education, National Geographic, and so on. So this LMS, it integrates all the digital libraries and resources, so that it makes the teaching learning process very interesting, and it fetches all the resources which are available on the web. Then so till now we discussed exactly what LMS is, what it is for, what is the purpose, what are the advantages and disadvantages, what are the platforms of this LMS. Now let us have some demo on the learning management system. So we will start with the Google Classroom first. So Google Classroom is a free web service developed by Google for school, or even universities also they adapt, that aims to simplify creating, distributing, and grading assignments. The primary purpose of Google Classroom is to streamline the process of sharing files between teacher and students. And these days, like, Google Classrooms are also widely used. So let me show some how to conduct, or let us see what exactly Google Classroom is. Okay, we know that it's a learning management system, but let us see how it looks like. Okay, so for this we must have a Gmail and Google account. Okay, so just I will write here Google, then let us go to our Gmail account. Then, like in the previous session we have seen this, that here my screen is visible, I think, to you all.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Can you see my this Gmail box, this?
Yeah, visible, sir. It's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So here you see, like, here we have Google Apps. Okay, Google Apps. So just you click here. So once we click this, so just you scroll it down, and we will search here Google Classroom. Okay, Google Classroom. So this is the classroom, and you can put this up also. Okay, this can be moved. Okay, there is a flexibility that we can move here. So just we have to double click here. So this Google Classroom, it will look like this. Okay, so after that, in the right side top here, there is a plus button here, so we can write here. Here we can see create or join a class. So just we will put this, just then we can create a new class. Okay, we can create a new class. So okay, you this means it's actually some notification come that using Classroom at school with the student. So I read and understand the above notice, and I'm not using Classroom at school with the students. Okay, so you continue with this. Then class name. So say it's a BA first year. Say I can write any class you can put. Say it's a BA first year. Then section, it's an optional whether you would like to write or not. It depends on you. Say subject, I would like to teach, say, English to the BA first year students. Room, it's not required, or if you want to assign some room, you can put some room and you can create it. So here our class will be created. Okay, so it will take some time, but it will appear. So it's creating. Okay, the class, it's creating. So here you see it's a BA first year, and this code has been generated. Okay, so this code, actually this code, it should be sent to the students or to the learners who would like to join this class. Okay, and then like here if you wish to, like, this theme, this is called theme. Okay, it's in the blue color, and suppose we want to change the theme. So here we can see select theme is written, or say upload photo is there. So say select theme. So we can select some of the themes which are available here. Okay. So here, like, we can choose some themes here. Okay. So we can choose this. It depends on us. So select the class theme. So we can select here. So now this theme has changed, you see, but it remains BA first year, and this is the code. Then what we will do, so once our class is created, so this is our class. Okay, this is our class. So now we will see the people now. So people, so here we have people. So say teacher is say I am a teacher here. So like we can teach some other teachers also. Say for some English syllabus, like some say I take 2 unit, and other teacher would like to take some next units. So in that case I can add teachers also. Say I would like to add teachers. So I must have the email of that teacher. Say I would like to join Swanirbar sir. So I can join, say, Swanirbar sir as one of the teacher, and I can invite him. So here if I invite him, it goes to the Swanirbar sir. Okay, so we will dismiss it, and we will put his Gmail address. Okay, so we are joining Swanirbar sir as one of the teacher here. So invitation went to him. So he will receive an email. Okay, he will receive an email. Similarly, suppose we would like to add some of the students also who would like to learn English and who are in the first year of the Bachelor of Arts. So we will add here. So again, it's just for the demo. So let us add again, say Swanirbar sir with some other ID, other ID. Okay, as students also. Okay, then we can add number of students. Okay, so I just I have got the email address of Janto sir also. Okay, so in the sent mail I have just sent him. Okay, so I have sent a mail to Janto sir also. So I can take his email address from here. So he's a faculty and my colleague. Okay, good friend of mine, Jan sir. But let us, just for a demo purpose, we are adding this. So we have added, and now we will invite. Okay, so we have given the invitation. So a email will go. Oh, sorry. Actually, this is for, as it is a Tripura University, that's why we are unable to send it. It's okay. It should be like personal, as it is a university based. So this may be a issue here. Okay. Anyway, so we have added students also. We can invite. Okay. So in the people, we can see that, okay, we have some teachers and we have some students also. Okay. This. Then we can go to the classwork. Okay, classwork. So in the classwork, like, we can create some material. We can give, if we put in the create, then we can upload some material. We can give some assignment. We can have some quiz. Okay, these things we can do. So here materials and other things will be done. And then so let us upload some material. Say we would like to give some material. Say for lecture one, we would like to upload some material. So from here, and we can it's a like it's like, say in the first lecture you have taught report writing. Report writing. So here we can add them. Sorry, here spelling mistake is there, so we can correct it. Okay, it's optional. Then here we can add or we can create also. So if I create, then some Word file and other things will come. Then here we have to write. Okay, we can write and we can draw, we can fill the forms, these things. And suppose if we would like to add something. So we can add with our Google Drive. Okay, we can give some link, we can attach some files, or we can give the link for the YouTube. So let us first give from the Google Drive. Say I have some material in my Google Drive, say my Google Drive, and from this Google Drive I would like to give, say report writing, say formal letter, how to write a formal letter. So that I will insert here. So this will be given to this will be this is uploaded as a class. Now suppose again in the class material, in the lecture one, I would also like to give a link. Suppose I would like to give a link. So here some link I have to choose, like here say in Google I will go and say letter writing, or say report writing, whatever you wish. Okay, say letter writing, and then and say one format would you like to say that. Okay, okay, that you want the students to read this format, to go through this format. So you choose this link, and then you provide this link to the student, and student will go to that link. Okay, similarly, suppose I would like to add some file, so I can upload it from my we can drag from my drive, or from recent. Okay, file also we can give, or say I would like to give the YouTube link. Suppose, as I told, that it is this learning management system, it is integrated to the various search engines also. Okay, so here, like here we will put here we will write say we want to watch a video on writing reports. So let us search first that which, there will be a lot of videos. Okay, and then say I like this video, say I like this video. So you see this also I have uploaded. So for this class, for class 1, for my lecture 1, I have uploaded these 3 materials to my students. Okay, and then say I will post it. So once I post it, everything will be available to the students. So like if say Swanirbar sir is there, so as a teacher also he can see, and as a student also, like people. And then if say students, if this is student, like, so Swanirbar sir will get an email, and if he accepts it, then he can see all the posted materials here. Okay, similarly, like we can put we can assign some grades. So before grade, actually we have to we have to go to in stream, and then here and for invitation, directly we have sent the invitation. And another is that we can copy this code. Okay, we can copy this code, and then we can send it through email or through WhatsApp to the students who have joined in this class. Okay, so these are the options. So lot of options are available here. Then this is the main menu. So this is our classroom. People we can see. Then again we will go to the classroom, and we would like to give some assignment. So just give an assignment here. So this is assignment title. You can write say assignment 1. Anything would you like write, and then you can create also in the Google Doc. Okay, just give some question to them. Okay, so here you can give some question, say question number 1, and it goes like this. Okay, say question number 2, and it goes like this. So and then we can share it. Or it is saved. Okay, it is automatically saved. So here we can share with name your untitled document. Okay, so you have to name it, like say it's assignment 1, and then let us save it. Then share with those people who would you like to give. So let us give this to then we can send it. So he will get this assignment also. Similarly, like so assignment is also created. So once the assignment is created, so once he replies, then grading can also be done. Okay, so once again going to our classroom. So this is about Google Classroom. Okay, so lot of things are here, and then we can change some it is like about the class. Then we can invite with this link, or directly we can send. Okay, then grading can also be done. So lots of options are there. Okay, and then here, like we can announce something here. Okay, we can announce something here. Then like here we can upload the photo. So lots of things can be done here. Okay, so here then student can post and comment. So like if you don't want that student should post something, or he should comment only, so you can put any option, so that as you are the teacher here, you are like an administrator here, so you can put some options here. Okay, so this is about a Google Classroom. Okay, so we can discard these changes. So it looks like this. Okay, so this is about then we can use Google Meet also to directly meet with someone. Okay, so this is about Google Class. Now going to our second presentation, second demo. So second one is we will be giving demo on Canvas. Okay, so Canvas infrastructure. So this is also a LMS. Okay, this is also a learning management system, Canvas. So these days, like EICT IIT Guwahati, ENICT Academy IIT Guwahati, and other academic institutes our across the country, they are using Canvas learning management system these days in order to organize faculty development programs and online events. So this also I will be going to give you a small demo. So here just so again let us, as we are say beginner, so we will just go to, we will go to Google, because for a beginner it becomes very simple. Then go to Canvas, you write just Canvas. Okay, or just Canvas login, whatever you wish to write, Canvas infrastructure, whatever you write. Then this first will come, you see, Canvas account login or infrastructure. So as you may be a beginner, or those who have already account, there is no issue. So like here this is the website for Canvas, which is a learning management system. Okay, so here this is the website. So here you can see we can see here that it is written that it is from means K means it is for school, for means KG to class 12 level of students. Then for higher education also, vocational, there are resources about us. So all this. So let us you see, create a free basic Canvas here. So it's a free account. It's a free account. So let us log in here. So what we will do, we will once so I think all the dear participants, you are able to see this screen. So here when you log in here, so just when you click here, Canvas comes here. So just click on the Canvas logo, and then just scroll down, and here, like as I have already, I have the account here, so I can log in. Or if we don't have a login, then we have to create it. So we will create it, and then we can log in, and we can log in with the Facebook, or say with the Google or Windows. So there are lots of option to in, but we will, if we don't have, we can create option will come. So we will make with email address, and then so this is let us go to the dashboard first. So Canvas looks like this. This is the symbol of Canvas. This is the account. So this is my account, and we have these things. Okay, so how to use this one? So first I will go to some courses. Say we have this course. So here 2 courses are there. So first is tools for writing, authoring and reviewing. So first I will click here. Then related to this course, like we have course announcements here. One can announce, this is, say this is a teacher. Okay, so he can announce these things, like if I click here, we can read what the announcement has been made, like dear participants or dear students, we thank you for joining this program. Okay, so these things are there. Then announcement, then modules. In modules, if we consider my previous Google Classroom, so module is basically it's a material, it's a class material, what materials are available. So here like details of talks and expert. So here if I click here, so schedule will come. Now they have now they have removed, because okay, it is coming. So external link, through external link we can join this. Okay, so we can zoom to see it more clearly. So here like they have given, so participants will be, so scheduling of this thing. So who are the speakers? So everything is shared here to the participants. Okay, so this is all happening through LMS. Okay, it is happening through LMS, Learning Management System. Then after that, again when we go to the module, then we have like day 1. Okay, so in day 1, like what will be the talk, and we can give the PDF also here. Okay, so this PDF will be there. So what material they have taught. Okay, so everything will be here. So in modules, like say it was a 12 days course. So for week 1, say day 1 they have put these materials. Then for day 2, these are the materials. Okay, day 3, say effective speaking by say Professor Binod Mishra. So we will get the PDF of what he has taught. Okay, so these are the course material which has been provided through LMS. So these are the modules. These are the modules. So for each day they can provide the link, they can provide the material. Okay, so these are the modules. Okay, modules mainly it contains the then syllabus, then quizzes. We can attend the quiz being a participant, or we can schedule a quiz. Okay, so these are the quizzes they have put. So this is already over, but still like they can put, they can show that okay, that there is a quiz. So research problem writing and presentation, there is a quiz. Then assignments, like assignments also can be posted, and we can upload our assignments in this tab. Okay, then syllabus, discussions, as LMS has the facility to provide the discussion. So here like people can discuss here. Okay, people can discuss and they can comment also based on the settings. Then people, if you see who are the people here, so like what is the role of that. Okay, so here we can see like students from different institutes. Okay, so this is the advantage, that there is no geographical barrier here. Okay, so lots of people have joined from different places. Then grades. Okay, grades, like what grade I have achieved. So these things will be given, pages, files, and some other informations if somebody would like to give. Okay, so these things, Google Drive will be given, Office will be given. So inbox, some emails will come here. So this is about the Canvas. So for a Canvas, again, I would like to remind you that for Canvas, go to the canvas.infrastructure.com or just type Canvas login LMS or just Canvas in the Google, and then take the suitable website canvasinfrastructure.com, and then it will direct you to that path. Just it's a free, you log in and enjoy the one of the one of the LMS, okay, one of the learning management system. Similarly, I will show you, then we can log out here. We can, from account, we can log out from this. Okay, we can log out from this. So this was our second demo. Let us see the third demo. Okay, so third demo is on Microsoft Team. So when I say directly, is Microsoft Team is a LMS, then answer is not. But when Microsoft Teams combines or it integrates with some of the applications, then it can be considered as a LMS. So get classes, meetings, assignments, files, and collaborations all in one place with the help of Microsoft Teams. Actually, Microsoft Team is a part of the Office 365 for education product suite that enables teacher to deliver online learning to their students. Teacher can set up virtual classrooms and create, send, track, and grade assignment and tests. Students can complete their work, access their grades, and engage in conversations. Okay, so this is about Microsoft Team. So let me, as we have some time still left, so within 5 minutes, I will be telling you about how Microsoft Team looks like and how we can create class, how can we send the link so that one can attend the class, one can have the online classes in Microsoft Team. So here again, let us open Google, because for beginners it becomes very easy. Then you're right here, Microsoft Teams here. First you click here and then go to this Microsoft. Then again, it's like we can sign up also, and we can download Teams also. So here, once if we are using mobile, then click for mobile, and if it's a laptop or desktop, you download this. It's a free. Let us download this. So within no time it will get downloaded. Okay, it will get downloaded. Say in the download file, I will download it. Okay, we can replace it. So it is downloaded. It's a small file. Then show in folder you write, and then okay, just wait for some time. Yeah, it has came. Just double click it. So our Microsoft Team Windows of 64 bits will get downloaded here. Okay, and then it will open here. So as I have already the account, so it will it will directly open. Okay, so but if suppose you don't have that, in that case, actually, or let me just first log out. I can log out from here. I can sign out. And once you have downloaded, then you have to again register. Okay, you have to register. You have to make a account. It may be personal or from your university or from your company, whatever. So then go to all teams here. So Microsoft Teams looks like this, and these are the different classes. Okay, these are the different classes. Okay, as it is my account, so I have taken some of the classes online during this COVID. So these are saying like it's a medical electronics, it's digital image processing. These are the courses. So here we will create a new class. Say we will create a new class. So here, like in Google Classroom also, we saw that there was a option either to join or to create the team. So we will click this one, and then we will create a team. So we will create a team here, and we will create a class here. So say it's a digital signal processing of 2021 batch. Okay, Then if we wish to write here something, we can write and just next. So here we will find that a team is created, a class is created with this name, and then we have to search the students here. So either you can so as our university, our NERIST has have this facility of Microsoft Teams, so they have already registered the students. Okay, as I previously mentioned, that learning management system has also the facility of registering the students. Okay, they give the option so that register, so the students can register. So I will search the name of the students here. So I will just first I will, okay, just for the time being, let me escape this, and then I will see who are the students who have registered for this course. So I know that lots of students are there, around 40, but I have 3 I have chosen here. So say Rohit is there, Bhaskar is there, and Niruprangana is there. Okay, so say I will copy this Rohit and Bhaskar. Okay, say Rohit. So I will go to this, and then again here I have just created this. So here I have to add member. Okay, so I can add member. So just I will paste that student name, so it will come. I will put like this and say Bhaskar. So I will add Bhaskar. Okay, so say this Bhaskar. So I will add. So likewise I can add all the students here. So these are added. So close. So once when I click here, when I click here, so here I can see that who is honor and who is student. So here you see Madhusudan, I am the honor as a teacher, and here I have the 2 members as a guest. So these are my students who will be studying digital signal processing. Okay, and then suppose I would like to change the theme of this, so I can choose any theme. Okay, say any theme I can choose from here. Okay, or I can upload also. So from here I can choose any theme. Okay, so as per your wish, you can choose any symbol from this. So as we will be running short of time also, so quickly I will say I am putting this one, and then update this. So now the theme of my class will appear like this. Okay, then here we have like files, class note, assignment, and all these things. Directly we can meet here. Okay, and suppose if I would like to schedule a meeting with the students, then I can schedule also. So if I schedule, then I will write here like a title, say our lecture, or say session 1. Okay, and then say session 1 will be held on say on the 1st of say today, say it's July, yeah, say it will be on 1st August, for example, and then the say time is say in the evening we are keeping say, so that time is not coincided with anyone. Okay, and then say it's a 1 hour class, so we will put this one. Okay, and it's not for all day. And then if we wish, we can write here, dear students, okay, let us meet. Meet for the class. Okay, and then thanks or whatever we wish, and then come down here, or directly you can send it. So once you send it, the invitation will go to those students, and then so let us meet for the class, and then it has gone to the students. Okay, then you can schedule a meeting also, like if you go to the calendar, then in a calendar, suppose if you would like to schedule a meeting here, say again you are sending to say Rakesh, okay, or to anyone, and then when you send it, then the link will appear. That link can be sent. For example, suppose if you would like to add someone, say you are in the class. Okay, in the class. Okay, it's a okay title here. So again, for discussion, or say session 2, for section 2. Okay, aid errant is like it's an optional if you would like to send, but it's better to aid. Say we would like to aid some students, some faculty members here, and then this is the timing. Okay, and then we can write here it's just for a test purpose, or it's a demo. It's a demo uh, to schedule a meeting. Let us meet. Let us meet on the scheduled time. Okay, schedule time, and then we will send it. So once we send it, so from here we can get this link. So when we right click it, we can copy the link, and after copying the link, we can again go to our Gmail, and as he is already in the Microsoft team, but we can send the link also. So this will be a link. Okay, so link to join the program, and then let us send to anybody. To whom would you like to give? Say Swanirbar sir, say Ashwini sir, to whom I have added. So we will send this link, so it will directly go, and then with that link he can join, but he must have the Microsoft team installed, or must have the web version of that. Okay, so like lot of options are available. So basically Microsoft is a part of the Office 365 for education product. Okay, it enables teachers to deliver online learning to their students, and we can, in that team, we can upload the material, everything we can do. Like again, we will go to the team, and then in this classroom, then here we have a files. So we can create the files also. A new file we can create. Okay, new, then we can create folder class materials, and then we can upload some class materials. Say I would like to upload some files. Okay, say I would like to upload from my desktop some material. Okay, say I will put this also just for, then later on I will delete it. Okay, it's for demo, it's a demo purpose. So it has been uploaded. Okay, uploaded. So these are the options. Okay, we can link it, upload, we can new, then Word document we can open and we can write, we can start presenting here. So lots of options are available here. Okay, assignments, we can give some assignments also. So get started. So we can give some quizzes, we can create quiz assignment. Okay, from existing one, or for the new one also we can write everything, and then we can do this. So this is about Microsoft team. Okay, so it depends on the practice. It's not very tough. So at the end, like so we saw this. So at the end, just I would like to highlight what we have discussed till now. So basically, a learning management system is basically a SaaS, SaaS, software as a service, that works like an online classroom. The LMS concept emerged directly from e-learning. This type of system is designed to be a solution for distance learning, a place where teacher and student could interact without being at the same room. LMSs are used worldwide by people seeking new knowledge, professionals interested in having a new business or an extra source of income, and companies that want to employ their employees more economically and efficiently. However, this is very important. Please listen to it. So this is the this is the message I would like to um, convey to my dear participants, that though this learning management system has lot of advantages, and it gives a solution for distance learning, a place where teacher and student can interact online without being at the same room, but still this online learning should be seen as a complement and extension of classical forms of teaching. Not even the best online course can fully replace the personal contact with a teacher or the human relationship that develop in a group. So traditionally, classes should not be replaced with the online classes, but it should be just considered. It should be seen as a complement and extension of classical learning forms. So with this, I would like to thank you all for the patient hearing, and these are the references. I have collected various resources available on the net, and these are the resources from where I tried to justify my talk by touching almost all the aspects of learning management system. So I am really very thankful to you all for your patience hearing. Okay, so with this, I would like to take some of the questions. If anybody would like to have some questions.
Students, if you have some questions, sir is there. Students, if you have some questions, sir is there to answer them. Many of you will be teachers who will be taking online classes soon, so it will be very helpful to handle the LMS. So no questions.
No, it's all right, sir.
I
Maybe
guess they are being ready for the test. We have a test for them at 11:30.
yes, sir. I know. That's why, sir, I have completed 6 minutes before.
Yes, yes, yes. So thank you, sir, for being part of us. We have the validity session at 12. So students, after the test, you join in for the validity session. And sir, if you are free, kindly be part of the validity session. It will be short.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I will be there.